Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program and CBRS Entertainment proudly bring to you the Wednesday PlayStation Showcase. As always, the man behind the console, Mr. Chris Best. I am OMD, and how are we doing tonight, my friend?
I'm having one of the more better days I've had in the last week. A lot of unexpected surprises happened to me today that OMD, of course, I was telling OMD about prior to the show. But right off the bat, we got Bubba coming in saying, "Hey guys, how's it going, Bubba? Glad to have you with the show."
Evening,
Um,
Bubba. Good to see you as always.
this is a game I've been looking forward to actually playing and us talking about because I mean, I'm a guy that doesn't know much about football, but I do love my Madden games. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight is Madden 25 in
Right.
celebration for the Super Bowl this weekend.
Yes. Now, I mean, Madden really doesn't need a lot of explanation. Um, It's not one of those ones though that if you can say you've played one, you've played them all, though it is close to.
Yeah, because every year I find, and this is just my personal opinion, I'm accepting all of this extra stuff because I forgot to do that. But every year I've always found that there's always been slight tweaks to how the game plays. And I've been playing a lot of Madden 24 lately. This is
Right,
a trial version that I was able to grab from EA.
right. Now, I am going to ask, are we doing a Super Bowl simulation tonight or are we doing or are you going to use your team?
Well, I've got to set up my stuff here, so I am setting my favorite team,
Right.
which is the Bengals. All stuff that continue with EA Play for now. It asked me if I wanted to upgrade to the full version of the game, which, by the way, it's on sale on the PS Plus for $25.
Nice.
Thinking about it right now. Thinking about it. Because that $25 compared to the $90, that's a steep drop in
Right?
price. Um, so I'm trying to look for maybe where I would find like exhibition, because maybe we just do an exhibition game or something.
Right.
I don't see it. So
Quick
one of
play.
my what's that?
Quick
Oh,
play.
quick play. Yeah. Play now. We'll just do a play now. I was gonna say so maybe go into career mode. Favorite team's game. Or the featured game, which has the Dolphins.
You know what? This is your show, brother, so use your favorite team's game.
Yeah, we're gonna do this one, but I'm gonna change out the Buccaneers.
Okay.
Wait, did I? I think I did that wrong. I might have to restart this thing.
That's okay.
I wanted to change out the Buccaneers and maybe put both our favorite teams against one another.
Right. Right. That's what I was figuring you were doing.
Yeah. So right now it's loading. It takes a minute. The only problem with these EA sports games is the load times are a bit long, in my personal opinion.
Right. And I'm with you there.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to skip over everything here because I'm trying to get out of this because I think I messed up somewhere. The presentation just right off the bat looks fantastic, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm picking for the Buccaneers, so I don't want to play as them.
No. And I noticed like, and I don't know again, I mean, it could just be a different version or, but, and I don't know what it was like with Madden 24 on the PlayStation, but the kickoff and everything was along the bottom as opposed to on the side.
Oh yeah, it's on the in Madden. It's also on the side. Although so for Madden 24, I don't play the exhibition or franchise. I do the my career. So
Right.
which is again that's taking your own individual player.
Right.
Oh, you know what? You got to go to custom game to get it set up.
Yep.
So Baltimore, that's Carl's favorite team.
Yep.
There's Parrish's favorite team. There's nobody's favorite team.
That's DC Wild's favorite team.
No, the Steelers is Wild's favorite team, but I was mentioning the Seahawks is nobody's favorite team.
No, the Seahawks are in my top 5.
The Titans at one time I actually did like them. I've always been a fan of those underdog teams, and the Titans definitely fall in that for me. And nobody's actual favorite team,
right?
Where? Oh, there they are. Oh, this is going to be a close game based on the overalls, eh?
Yep.
All right, let's go Bengals and Dolphins. I have no idea what to expect out of this game because, as I said, every year,
right,
they always change it around to. They always change the gameplay around just a little bit, and that little bit can sometimes throw you off, you know.
Yep.
So just so you know, because I only play offense, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing on defense. Just like the Bengals.
Right.
Watch, I'm going to collapse in the fourth quarter, just like they always seem to do.
Right.
I do hope that they have the same playbook that they do have in Madden 24, because I'm pretty familiar with that playbook now.
Right.
I just know to throw the ball down to Jamar Chase. Dude is speedy as hell, man. So get the ball to him. So it's the best thing to do. But yeah, I love this presentation because it makes it look like you're actually like watching an episode of Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football or football in general, you know?
Right.
Brandon Gowden and Charles Davis on commentary. I'm not sure how you pronounce Brandon's last name.
Yeah, me neither. But same commentary crew as 24.
Yeah. So I'm going to do kickoff middle, and I don't know how to do the kickoff, so we're going to try. It seems the same thing. Seems the same as previous ones. And it looks like, yeah, they did bring in the new kickoff rules by what I'm seeing there.
Okay. What I'm going to tell you is, like, with the kickoffs, with the punts, anything like that, depending on how deep you want to kick.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things that I learned was even in 24, I didn't have to go very far up the kick line to get the ball into the end zone.
Yeah. Now, when I'm picking my plays, I always go to coach suggestion.
Oh, see, I always go to formation.
I go to coach suggestion because it helps me with understanding the plays.
Right.
So I'm Henriksen right now. Oh, I took somebody down just by tripping them. That's awesome. Number 28 on your team, I took out.
A-Chain. That's our running back and was our best player this past season.
So he's a dude I got to watch out for in this game. They got a first down off that.
Yep.
I'm going to try the blitz play here. That worked. 2 and 6 now. Let's try zone defense. That's the beauty too of these coach suggestions is it allows you it allows you to explore all the different plays, even though you can do that in formation. And I made your boy lose a yard there.
Yep. Our boy Fozzie, Mr. Ryan Carlella, coming in saying the football.
The football.
And Bubba coming in before that saying the Bears.
The Bears.
Fozzie, no, I'm not cheering the Eagles. I don't really care who wins, but go Chiefs.
I'm chanting the Eagles, Fozzie, because I'm tired. I don't want the Chiefs to win again.
I don't either, but at the same time, oh, you broke it up.
Yeah, so I forced a punt on them. That was a piss poor kick.
Yes, it was. That was a bad punt.
All right, Joe. You know what
I really don't have a choice, though. I don't mind the Eagles, but I just can't bring myself to cheer for the NFC East.
So I do know this play. Let's see if I can do it. I do know this play because that's one of the plays I use in 24.
Well, yeah, that's a play I used in 24 too, but I would always save that for late in the quarter or late in the half.
Oh, screw that. I'm scoring right away. I mean, again, Jamar Chase, who took that ball,
What I do, though, is if I'm going to go for a big play, I always try and go for the slants.
Oh, that's those are the plays I go for when I'm in the red zone. I go for one of those at that point.
I've gone for a slant from my one and scored. It was a 99-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah. Am I going to make it in? Of course I am.
Yeah. But no,
Fozzie saying he sucks at QB. He had to go to running back.
Yeah.
Better
than those hosers. Fozzie, You're a hoser.
We're all hosers here.
We are.
Pepper's looking at me like I'm not a hoser. Yes, you are, Pepper.
You're a Northern Ontarian cat. Pepper, you're a hoser.
Yep. I'm so happy, because that's a new shirt. I'm actually happy because, before this, again, as I said, I'm playing a trial version of the game.
Right.
I'm happy to see that I'm getting a 10-hour trial with this. So there's a lot of things that I can actually explore with this game in that 10 hours.
Yep. There you go, Fozzie. Make the shirt saying we're all hosers here. Oh. If A-Chain would have gone to the outside instead of trying to go back up the middle, he would have been gone.
He probably would have been gone too, regardless. I wasn't really paying attention until just then. The beauty of this is you can't see the plays that I'm picking either.
No, I can't.
But I am picking a blitz play and interception. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm going to flex on that one. I mean, Tua just threw it to nobody. I was in the receiving position there.
Well, the receiver was there. It was just your guy jumped in front.
Yeah.
It was a good pick. I mean, you're playing the same way I would, right? Play on rookie or casual mode. And
yeah, because again, as I've stated, like going into this game, as I throw again to Jamar Chase, this game does feel different from Madden 24. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'll have to see when it comes to Game Pass because it's not there yet.
No, because your Game Pass also has EA Play, you might also have a trial of it as well.
We'll have to see if this is cross-platform, and then we'll do this game.
Yeah. PAT attempt as usual. Don't want to risk 2-pointers. I never try to risk 2-pointers unless. Oh, geez, I missed it. That's okay.
Because you want to get that bottom arrow like right on the edge or in the black.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to like where I'm kicking towards. So like that kick is an accurate one.
Yeah. But if you want to go like just sort of not even halfway up, you can sort of force them to return because you can sort of kick it right to the goal line.
Yeah.
Which forces the return.
Yeah, and that's just simply adjusting like where I'm aiming my kick. And of course, adjusting my strength. Oh shit, here comes a first down. But all my boys teaming up on Buddy there.
Yeah.
Number 9 on your squad.
Jonnu Smith, our tight end.
Yeah.
Who in his first season with the Dolphins had a career year.
So when I actually like go into full career mode with this game, he's a guy I need to look out for then.
Yeah.
Or if they do have which I assume that they would, if they do have like a GM mode, maybe try to make a play at getting him.
Yeah. Well, that's why like I just do the franchise, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been thinking about like, because I have Madden 24 and I play that pretty religiously.
Right.
I've been thinking about exploring more modes than just the career mode on there.
Right.
And seeing like what more can I do? What more can I get out of these games, you know?
Yeah.
Because I do that with the NHL games. I do have my career mode. I have a franchise mode going, and I have a GM mode going.
Yeah. Well, I decided to once again try NHL 24, but no dice. So I will not waste my time or my efforts on 25.
Even though when we did that episode of NHL 24, that was a fun episode.
Yeah.
And there more than likely will be an episode for, oh, geez, I almost sacked him. Is that an incomplete? That is an incomplete. That might be. The one thing I'm not sure of, because I never really pay attention to the coaches, but do they use the actual coaches in the Madden game? Like, do the actual coaches appear?
Yeah.
So when I go to play Kansas, I'll actually see Andy Reid then.
Yeah, just a much thinner computerized version of him as opposed to
interception again. I'm trying to run to the outside because, oh, geez, you know what, Swagger? We're going to do some Jack swaggering.
We the people.
Yeah. What I wouldn't give to have him back in the WWE, actually.
Right?
Now that he's done with AEW, I wouldn't mind seeing him being a part of Chad Gable's crew.
I'd love to see it, but then he was booked on an independent show and made some controversial remark during the election process in the States and the campaigning and got kicked off of that. And
oh geez, that was bad. That was a bad attempt at a pass. Yeah, I heard about those remarks too, but eventually those things do blow over. I mean, look at Hulk Hogan. We have him on our TV sometimes.
Yeah, and the last time we had him on our TV, he got booed out of the building.
Yep. Oh, Jamar Chase, are you going to do it? I thought he was going to get tackled there, honestly. Yeah, I'm only playing this on like casual and easy. Usually I'll set it up so that the AI can actually figure out what I'm doing and be smart to my play.
Right.
But because I didn't have time to actually get in and set everything up. We're playing just on easy mode right now. So we're going to try this PAT attempt again. There we go. It should go in now. There it goes. Splits the uprights. So I've been trying to figure this out. How the hell do you pronounce Tua's last name?
Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa. I'm still going to probably just call him Tua because next week I'll probably forget.
Yeah. There's no N in there, so I don't know where that comes from. Mind you, it's just like trying to pronounce Brett Favre.
Yeah. The R and the V are reversed because it's pronounced Favre. At least that's how John Madden always called him.
Everybody did.
I know. But I say Madden specifically because honestly, it seemed like Madden had like a huge man crush on him. Oh, tackled behind the line. But no, I'm actually glad that they do that now in all EA Sports games now that all the they show the actual coaches for for NHL, for Madden,
but it's not the actual coaches in NHL.
In this past years, yeah, it is actually. In NHL 25, because I do remember seeing what the hell's his name? Tortorella actually is in the game. I do remember seeing him.
The guy that was voted by 93 anonymous players, out of 93 anonymous players, he had, I think it was 38% of the vote as the worst coach to play for.
I really thought that would have gone to Babcock.
Babcock was in the top 5, but no.
You know what it is, though, I find with Tortorella? I find that he's just way too impassioned about the game,
I don't think he's impassioned at all. I think he's just an obnoxious blowhard.
A lot of people said the same thing you just said about Don Cherry, but Don Cherry was massively passionate about the sport. Still is, actually.
He is.
And if you've watched any of the games that Don Cherry coached, he got just as animated as Tortorella does. I remember one interview where he cussed out the referees. He cussed out the media, actually, because the media was all blaming the players and everything like that for how they were doing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And Cherry came out and said, look, the team that we're playing against was the better team. You cannot blame my boys. My boys actually did good out there.
Right.
3rd and inches. Their running game is actually starting to get me here.
All right. Okay, come on, Dolphins.
Yeah, they're probably going to get the first down on this one.
Running play to the weak side.
Nope. I might have forced a field goal, though, off that one. Depends on
where they are, or if
we're on my 44 yard.
Now, at 4th and 2, they may go for it.
Oh, they're punting. Yeah, from my 44, I can actually see why they would punt. Their running game, though, like I said, is actually starting to get me a bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the double slants that I always use. That's pretty much my go-to play. Because if I know Tyreek's in coverage, I've got Waddle who's going to be wide open.
Yeah. I had to throw it. I didn't know who to throw to. Okay, that was not an interception. The only thing I think I might fix on this is the camera angle. I'm not fond of the camera angle in this game. Oh, that was close. That was really close. All right.
There's your first down.
Yeah, passed it to... I was going to say Higgins, but I don't think that was him.
I don't know who number 80 is on your team.
That was 90. I couldn't tell for a second. I'm still... So, like, most of you guys know that I've been watching NFL for... this is my first full season I've ever watched. So I'm still learning, like, the players, the positions, the playbooks as well. Oh, Jesus, that was almost an interception.
Yep.
I'm going to run it this time. Because they're not going to expect me to run. They're going to expect another pass. Run right up the middle. That was kind of dumb. There's the slants play you were talking about.
Yeah.
Going to be running.
In my game, it's listed as the double slants because I go to the quick pass, but then I let that one.
Oh, they have... There's... sorry. The Bengals do have the double slants in their play as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I have the opportunity for a field goal, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take the single back and go for the tight end attack.
Okay.
Oh, did he get it? Oh, he got it. Wow. That was an amazing play.
It was, and it's a first down.
I will take that. It looks like looks like we got it on the goal line, maybe.
Yeah.
Or the 2-yard at least. At which point, 1-yard line, run it in. No need to pass it at that point. Touchdown right at the 2-minute warning.
Yep.
Yeah, this is also I do a lot of my run plays when I'm also in the red zone as well,
right,
if I can. That's if Jamar Chase gets tackled before going into the end zone.
Well, I know, like, if I'm playing, like, then I like, regardless of really where I start on the field, I'll always try and run the first couple of plays. But
I do the same thing too, especially when I feel like I want to have a competitive football game.
But I mean, I used to rack up 400 plus rushing yards with A-Chain a game.
Bubba's asking any reason why we didn't do Philly and KC. It's because I decided that I wanted to showcase our favorite teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring the ball to the 25. Yeah, so even after, if there's time with this game, which I kind of doubt at this point, we may fire up another game with the Patriots, the Saints.
The Saints and Bubba's favorite team, the Raiders.
Oh, Tua, what were you doing there, my man?
The pass got deflected.
Oh, I didn't even see. I thought he was just throwing it down because we were going to storm him. Yeah, he got blitzed pretty hard there. Not going to lie.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for trying to run out of the pocket like he did. So even without Tua's injuries that he had all season, do you think he may have had a chance at least the playoffs?
Oh yeah.
It's the same thing I feel with the Bengals, right? Like all the pieces are there. They do have it's their defense that needs work. That's my personal thought on that. The offense is there. There's no denying that for them.
Yeah. Well, see, for us, again, it was the defense, but it was to his injuries, which when he missed those 4 games in a row and we lost all 4.
That was the concussion injury, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's where things kind of fell apart for you guys, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But and again for the Bengals, like Burrow and Jamar Chase and everybody else, even T. Higgins and all that, they were carrying the team throughout the season.
Oh yeah.
It's just that fourth quarter defense. It fell. It fell apart every freaking time.
Yep.
Oh Jesus! What the heck was I doing? I lost a lot of yards on that one.
I don't know.
I thought I was trying to pass it off to Jamar Chase because he was getting way down there.
Right.
So we're gonna do that again. Tight end attack because that
On
play
4th
works.
and 19.
Yep.
Okay.
It's gonna work. Watch. That was beautiful, wasn't it? 4th and 19. I would, if I were actually playing football, though, I would actually punt it at that point. But being that this is a video game, take those chances. Now, have the Dolphins always been like your favorite team to watch and to play as in both watching it in both the sport and playing it?
Ever since I really discovered football, yes. But I always, like when I played Maddens growing up, I would play one season as the Dolphins. I would play a season as another team. I would play a season as another team, just for the sake of trying different teams.
Right.
It's the same thing with NHL.
Yeah, it's the same thing for the NHL for me too. I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan through and through, but I like playing with the fact that I want to be surprised with where I get drafted to in the NHL games. Same thing with the MLB. Same thing for the NFL, except for this season that I'm doing with Madden 24. I'm actually trying to. I'm actually checking out like what I can do with the Bengals on that as far as the season goes, and so far I'm like 9-0 right now in the season.
Right.
Oh geez, I was not expecting to break those tackles.
No, I know. I wasn't.
I only passed it to Hudson because I knew that he was wide open. I knew he was going to get me the first down. That's all I was looking for. Because I knew passing to Chase at that point was not going to be good because there was coverage on him. I saw that.
Yep. All right, come on, boys. Get me one score this game.
We're at halftime. And yeah, it is the complete commentary team because the halftime report is being reported by the WWE's former Jonathan Coachman.
Yep.
I gotta say, I love Coach, so I'm glad to have him in some form or another with a video game.
Speaking of former WWE, I have the AEW Tag Team Champions, the Hurt Business, on my television screen. Or sorry, the Hurt Syndicate.
It's the same thing. Just, whoa, why did I drop that ball? And I'm going to run it anyways. Five receptions at 278 yards were for 3 touchdowns for Jamar Chase.
Right.
That's insane numbers.
And Gesicki, your tight end, is a former Dolphin.
Yep.
And that was an area where we really lacked until this year, even with Durham Smythe.
Yeah.
Since we lost Gesicki.
Interception.
Yay.
Ramsey took it.
Yep.
I should have waited until my boy got a little bit more open. Who was the intended
And it was
receiver?
5-on-5.
Oh, it was Higgins.
Chase.
That was my intended.
Was
No,
it?
it was Higgins. It was Higgins. Chase is number 1.
Oh.
That's his jersey number. No, it was T. Higgins. Usually he can get in the open. I'm actually surprised that he didn't. Pass down the middle. That was not a bad pass at all, actually.
Oh, that's Waddle. That's why.
Yeah. It's one thing I noticed about him is I was just going to say that's the one thing I noticed about Waddle because I've watched a few Dolphins games. He has no trouble getting into that into that middle slot.
That's where Tua thrives, is if he can hit those midfield passes instead of trying to throw to the side.
Like he was doing all throughout the first half there.
Yeah.
He likes his fake outs too, eh?
Yep. Oh, and then Tyreek.
Yeah, I knew Ty should have known to watch for him too. He's another guy that if I ever go into a GM mode that I would actually go after, you know?
Right.
If Madden actually has the ability to create your own team, that's what I want to do, actually.
Yeah.
So again, they're trying their running game. Their running game hasn't been so successful.
Oh, a tag team returning from injury on AEW.
Who's that?
The Guns.
Huh? I'm actually glad that Billy's boys are actually are in wrestling, and from what I've seen, they're an okay tag team.
They're good.
Mm-hmm. I feel like though they may benefit better by going to the PC. Mm. Oh, blocking the field goal, so they're gonna probably score here. There they go. They scored.
Hey.
It's not going to be a total blowout, OMD.
Going into when I finished up my last season, going into the AFC Championship,
Yeah.
I had posted shutouts in my last 5 games of the regular season.
Right.
And then in the divisional round, so the second week of the playoffs.
I'm still surprised at that one score I got a couple weeks back there, that 91-12.
Yep.
Granted, I think I was playing the Browns in that game, but still, that was embarrassing for them.
Yep.
It also tells me that I might want to consider adjusting my how I play the game.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing. Another memory of my mom, based off last week, when she'd watch me play the Royal Rumble on Super Nintendo. That's a massive throwback and a great one of the best wrestling games ever. She used to watch me play on difficulty 1. She's like, Chris, I've been watching you play on difficulty 1 to the point where I think you're ready to play on difficulty 10. Give it a try. Difficulty 10 is the hardest.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, let's do it. Sure enough, I dominated the match.
Right.
That I chose to play. And then she's like, okay, now try doing difficulty 10 with the Royal Rumble match. I'm like, okay, let's do it. I got my ass handed to me, but I still won.
Right.
She's like, I think you need to start playing on this difficulty a little bit more now. Oh, Higgins is wide open there. Oh, I see a little bit of glitching on the football. You might need to fix that there, EA. So other than like well, we talked about football or Madden, we've talked NHL. What other sports games do you find yourself enjoying, dude?
Well, and I mean, we've discussed it before, but I don't mind playing the show when it comes out.
We've all played the show, me, you, and Bubba.
Yep. And really, that's about it because I've really given up on wrestling games since 2K took over.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say that I have played a soccer or football game in a lot since the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, so the only time when it comes to soccer games, I only play if the game is free on the PS Plus.
Right.
I'm one of those that I'm not going to be going out of my way to buy the game, you know?
Right.
But I do also enjoy playing golf games.
Okay. Again, not one I've ever tried.
Yeah. The 2K PGA series more specifically, because it's a little bit more simplified than what EA did with the series. which kind of worries me because I heard that EA has actually gotten the PGA license back. Oh, I got a sack on that play. I was watching the actual defensive player I was playing as.
Right.
Now, in football, who is your all-time favorite defensive player? I can tell you mine right off the bat, because I thought he was fast and extremely powerful, and that's Clay Matthews. Dude was a beast on the field. There's no denying that, you know.
I've got to go back even further. I got to take the fridge.
Yeah, he was phenomenal too. I also enjoyed BJ Raji.
Who?
Biggest dude to ever score a friggin' touchdown, dude. You got to look it up.
Okay.
It was one of the most amazing things ever. He played for the Packers.
Right. If I've got to go, like, there was the fridge, there was Daryl Singletary, but I also and I got to go to a division rival. I got to take Thurman Thomas on Buffalo.
Yeah.
Or Reggie White.
Every time I think of Reggie White, I think of WrestleMania 11. Because he was one of the guys that was invited to be a part of Lawrence Taylor's team for the match against Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yep.
And I just never, I don't know why, but I'll never forget his promo on Nikolai Volkov.
If I'm going to go more recent, I got to go with my boy, Jason Taylor, who wore 99 for the Dolphins.
Nice. You know, one thing I actually wouldn't mind seeing, because we see it in MLB, the show, we see it in WWE games. I wouldn't mind seeing legends being featured in Madden games or even NHL games, you know?
Yep.
Like, imagine playing, like, creating your own, like, ultimate legendary team and, like, having Dan Marino, for instance, as your quarterback and Joe Montana as your secondary or something like that, you know?
There was a Legends game that came out on the original Xbox.
I do remember seeing something about that. Or even recreating the 1986 Chicago Bears team.
Right? I got to do, if I'm going to do that, I got to recreate the 72 Dolphins.
Yeah. Or even any team that Joe Montana brought to the Super Bowl.
So, San Francisco.
Oh, that's right, too, because he never did it with the Chiefs, eh?
He did not.
He did spend some time with the Chiefs. I do remember that.
Yes, he did. The last 2 or 3 years of his career.
Yeah, because my first football game was Joe Montana football, and 94 more specifically. And on the cover, it's him in a Chiefs uniform. I think it was a Chiefs uniform. I might have to double check that.
Yeah. Well, and at the time, although their uniforms have not changed that much, very, very similar. And no, Joe Montana was actually, I believe, if I remember correctly, he was traded to the Chiefs for Alex Smith.
Yeah,
but the Niners may have drafted Smith and then let Montana walk in free agency. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to have to look up again. Because I know I read up on that, but I can't exactly, like I said, I can't remember what had happened in that situation.
Yep. You know what? Google machine will tell me.
You're actually using Google?
I will use the Google machine.
I'm actually surprised because I know that you're not a big fan of Google.
I am not.
I'm actually surprised that penalties have not been called in this game unless I forgot to turn them on somewhere.
In 1993, he was traded to the Chiefs, where he played for his last 2 seasons and led the franchise to its first AFC championship game.
So yeah, so then on the cover of Joe Montana 94, that was him in a Chiefs uniform.
There we go.
End of the third quarter.
Just trying to see who he was traded for.
I'm sure the NFL maybe has a history on the trade, because that would have been, to me, that would have been a blockbuster trade, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that was when
almost...
Steve Young took over the Niners.
Yeah.
So Alex Smith came along after that.
Yeah, because I remember when I played that game, I actually chose the 49ers thinking that Joe was still on that team. And I remember Steve Young and Jerry Rice, I believe, being on that team. And me always passing the ball off, or me always
Right.
picking Rice to be my defense. I can't remember. He was a defensive player, right? No, he was offense.
Rice was wide receiver.
Yeah, so I always passed the ball off to Rice.
Rice, for his time, was the greatest wide receiver to ever play the game. My opinion still is.
I'm not going to deny you on that one, because again, he brought me like 7 or 8 Super Bowls with that game. And at that time in 94, I didn't know a thing about football. I just knew that the 49ers were a good team, so I picked them, you know?
Right.
And the same thing went for like when I switched over to playing Madden. I just picked whoever won the Super Bowl the previous year and played as them for a season.
Right.
Until I decided that, hey, I want to do my own career and I want to see like where I can go and which teams I can bring to the Super Bowl, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how like for Madden 23, I ended up on the Colts.
Yeah. Well,
And brought them to the Super Bowl.
Like when I first started watching football, and I mean, like I was little, I remember watching, the Super Bowl my second time in Australia, getting up at 6 a.m, dad making steak and eggs for breakfast for it.
Yeah.
But it was, I just remember because I was little, I liked the Dolphins colors, and of course they had a quarterback named Dan.
Yeah.
And that was literally what sold me on them.
I thought you would have gone the same route that a lot of people actually ended up being fans of them for. And that was the fact that Dan Marino actually appeared in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
No, because I was a fan before that.
Yeah. Well, because the Miami Dolphins were the center point of that movie, right?
Yes.
So.
And they had, I remember going back to growing up and O.J. McDuffie and Sam Madison on defense.
Yeah.
But that was a time when they had a better defense than they did in offense.
Mm-hmm.
And then for years, I've watched them either have a good running game and no passing game, or a good passing game and no running game.
Right.
And this year, really, it wound up being the same thing. Like Tyreek and Waddle were really double teamed, and
Oh, is that that's an incomplete?
That is incomplete.
I thought he had it. So
So did
what do
I.
we?
So did I.
I got to punt. I'm actually gonna punt the ball away here. You guys are actually witnessing the very first punt I've ever done in any football game. I normally don't punt on any fourth down.
Right.
I go for it. But I just wanted to see what I could do, you know?
Yeah. It was funny. In one of my regular season games, I had a fourth down deep in my zone.
Yeah.
Went for it, missed, and turned the ball over on downs. So they were, I can't remember who I was playing, but inside the red zone. Next play, sacked. Next play, sack. Third play, interception.
You really shook the quarterback up on that one.
Well, and when I'm getting these sacks, they're not like 4 or 5 yards. They're 12, 13-yard sacks.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I mean by shook the quarterback up, because even when I'm doing my career and I get sacked, it actually tells you your player's a little bit shook up. You got to just simplify the game a little bit, you know? Okay, that's one thing I didn't know about the defense is it actually for whichever player you pick, it tells you where your player needs to be when the play starts. I like that.
Yeah, I always I always pick not necessarily a lineman, but I'm taking like the edge rusher. So even if I'm lined up on defense and I'm supposed to go back this way for that, I'm making the bolt for the sack.
Yeah. That's what I try to do too. I try to pick, in this case, who did I try to pick either Hendrickson or Hubbard. I usually go for. Again, that's why I always picked Clay Matthews when I would play as the Packers. I'd pick Clay Matthews because he could get those sacks for me, you know.
Yep.
2-minute warning. Sorry, OMD, I'm destroying your team.
That's fine. I'm not. It's a game. I'm not going to sit here and that's it. I'm not rage quitting the podcast, especially as we come up on that 1 hour mark.
Yeah, which means we're just going to finish off this game and then call it a day on the show.
That we will.
But as a podcaster I listen to who doesn't like football but will watch it when like his friends are watching it, he's like, when it comes to the 2-minute warning, it's not really 2 minutes. It's more like 10 minutes. And he's actually kind of right on that, you know? Especially when the team calls like a bunch of timeouts and all that.
Yep. Well, because it depends on if you've got your 3 timeouts, if the defense has their 3 timeouts, and are you trying to get the ball to the outside so that you can get out of bounds?
Yeah. I tried to sprint down there. That's that's the 3rd interception of the game, I think.
Yep.
Took me out at the 11 or the 10 or 11, I think.
Yep. And this is where you could just do the kneel down. But I mean, you're like me, I wouldn't do that either. So
I'm gonna chew the clock on this one and run the ball. But no, I do like hucking the ball down the field when I feel like just completely destroying a team.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to practice my run game a little bit, so I'm going to use this last little bit to do that, you know?
Yep. Well, and again, that's where I really find, like, if you're looking at the play type and they can give you all kinds of different runs or all kinds of different
There was
passes,
no
that's where I do it.
there was no point on running that last play. There was 10 seconds left on the
Yeah.
clock. So, but yeah, on that note, this Madden 25, I think I might pull the trigger and spend the $25 on the game.
Okay. See,
Well worth
again,
it.
for me, it would be a waste because I would play one, maybe 2 seasons.
Yeah, and me, so the last Madden game I actually bought was Madden 19.
Right.
So I think it's time to actually upgrade Madden as far as my game collection goes. Because the way I'm playing Madden 24 is I paid for a 1-month subscription to EA Play so I can play it, you know?
Right.
But yeah, on that note, I think it's actually time that we take a look and showcase everything we've got going on as far as the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program goes.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. All times are in Eastern Time. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m., followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Thursday we got total non-stop action with Brace for Impact at 8 p.m. Friday we game again with Unleashed, the Jessica Wilde story at 7 p.m. Following the game, join us for the SmackDown Security Detail at 8 p.m. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. On Sunday be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
Yeah, and if you want to find out more about the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, all you got to do is just go to affiliationprogram.my.canva.site. We did a little bit of upgrading on the website today, and it looks fantastic there.
Nice.
You go there if you want to gather all your information on the types of shows we have there, or if you just want to reach out to us to get some information on how to do podcasting. That website again, affiliationprogram.my.canva.site. OMD. Where can the fine people look for you?
People, you can find me at my Linktree, linktr.ee/OMDshow. Visually, if you're looking for me, I'm right back here tomorrow night with my partner in crime, Bubba Duke, as we brace for impact. Mr. Best.
All right. So before I give out my socials, it's time for the sponsor, of course, for the show, that being One Swift Energy. All you need to do is go to swiftenergy.gg, buy yourself some delicious beverages. While you're there, use the promo code CBRS Gaming to get 25% off of every single order in there. On that note, OMD, what are those famous words we...
Just before we do that, we are getting a last-minute comment from Hassan Terrell, and he votes for the Dolphins team. Thank you, brother. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for interacting.
What are those famous words we like to go out on, man?
As we bid farewell, ladies and gentlemen, the world is a scary place. Take care of each other. From all of us here at CBRS Entertainment and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, to those of you out there, wherever you are, good night, good luck. We out.